The final legislative priority that we're sharing with you tonight is to preserve and strengthen behavioral health crisis services and treatment for all, including people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Too often, children, youth, and adults with both developmental disabilities and behavioral health needs face long hospital stays or repeated emergency room visits because there aren't enough community-based supports to meet the need. King County is asking the legislature to invest in the behavioral health workforce, including training and retaining providers who understand the unique needs of people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. These investments will reduce crises, keep families together, and create stronger, more connected communities. Now we'll hear from our next speaker. We are going to hear from Mahad Dahir, who's filling in for Felice Hassan.
All right, thank you so much, Megan. And good evening, legislators, honored guests, and my fellow community members. My name is Mahad Dahir, or Mahad Dahir, and I'm speaking on behalf of Felice Hassan, or Felice Hassan, who couldn't be here tonight, and she resides in legislative district number 37. Felice is the mother of her 23-year-old son, Muhammad, or Muhammad, who has autism. Tonight, I'm here to speak about behavioral health services for individuals with autism. Behavioral health is extremely important to me because my son began experiencing serious behavioral health challenges when he was about 20 years old, right after COVID, when he returned to the school system. During one crisis after the other, he had to be taken to the emergency room and stayed there for a couple of weeks. We were told there were no available beds in the psychiatric unit. I apologize if I mispronounced that. Psychiatric unit. There you go. At that time, I learned something very, very painful. Many of the professionals who were supposed to help us blamed his autism instead of looking at his behavioral health and mental health needs. There was no understanding of the intersection between autism and behavioral health. There was very little support for us as a family. Today, we are still facing the same challenges. Behavioral health services for people with autism are extremely limited. Many professionals still say it's just the autism instead of providing the real mental health care. This is not acceptable. Because of these untreated behavioral health needs, my son cannot get a job. He cannot access meaningful programs. He stays home, and his life and our life has been on hold for years. Families like mine are left to struggle alone. We urgently need behavioral health professionals who understand autism. We need crisis supports. We need services that do not blame our children, but actually help them. When you are making decisions, please remember my story and remember that behavioral health supports for individuals with autism are essential for their safety, their dignity, and their future. Thank you all for your time and company.